actually. I started writing. It all started from writing. I've done more comical stuff before
Oh,
Maja.
yeah.
Maja is my first pure drama. Uh, Comedy is for me more natural way of approaching a subject and approaching life because life is super comic. And to be honest, while I was writing Maya, it was really difficult. It took me really long to write that script. I'm usually a quite quick writer. But while I was writing the scenes, it at some point felt really easy. Is it really so that this is it? I don't have to make this funny. Uh, that it's enough to just write the situation and the plot point there on the screen and nothing more. I always wanted to do drama, but didn't dare. For me, comedies, it allows me to be closer to difficult, painful subjects. I think I had to be this old to do Maya, to dare to do Maya, and dare to go to such simple quintessence, which is pure love. I took a lot of liberties while writing the script. The book series is very vast. Annie Blomqvist, the author, has done a big job kind of preserving the old way of life in Åland. But it was the resilience of Maya that made me want to do this movie. That why on earth? How does she kind of always stand up after what happens to her? And then I decided that it has to be love. There has to be this feministic approach. And I think it really works. Like the feminism in the film is not very aggressive. It's more like staging obvious questions. Questions like, why do you have the money and I don't? And how come my signature is not valid? How am I less? In what way am I less? And that's just what feminism is about. So actually, we don't know what happened on those deserted islands. I don't know what is the realistic approach towards because that's the Crimean War. In the book series, Janne flees when the war starts, and Maya goes to live with mom and dad. And I didn't find that so interesting. I wanted so that Maya faces or the fear alone. So dramaturgically, I felt that in her growth, it's very important to leave her alone and to cope alone, to manage alone. All of us have seen hundreds of war movies full of raping and violence. So everybody thinks that when there is a bunch of guys on an island and then a woman with children, there will be a rape, there will be a beating up, and something super terrible will happen. War itself is terrible already, that somebody enters your kind of area, comes to your home and doesn't ask a permission. It's very offending and very like shocking, the thought of that alone. I'm sure that in every war there must be situations where people help each other or create a bond. There is also the other side, that it's also true that we are terrible, but also we are lovely. If I walk on the street and somebody falls, I do not go and kick that person in the head or laugh. I go and say, oh my God, do you need help? Can I help you? Are you hurt? And I think most of us do that. And also the same thing with Janne, Maya's husband. We have seen very many movies where men are abusive and bad towards women. They are that too. I do not deny that or diminish it in any way, but it hasn't helped that we very often show the horrible man. So I thought that there must be room for a movie like this where kind of I write the man as it should be. So maybe it helps more. So I wanted to do a movie that tells about that side of people. The nature was God previous days. So it was a kind of a very symbiotic relationship with the pre-Christian world and the Christian world that entered Finland. Our secret and holy places were the trees or like natural environments. They were not built environments. We had very strong connection with the nature, which we are losing. And I think that makes us a little bit ruthless and makes us do stupid things. Especially in Maja, I wanted the nature to be inside Maja and outside her. So she's part of the nature. And the nature is God. Like a sea provides food, but it can very easily also kill you. We made the decision to shoot mainly on natural lights, which is incredible in the archipelago of Finland. And we had a very good set of lenses, anamorphic lenses, and I wanted the nature to be present in almost every picture. I thought that in Maja, the nature, in its beauty and harshness and ugliness, is one of the main characters of the film. I think the power of the film, it might be the landscape and the strong female character who is not aggressively feministic, but is totally feministic at the same time. You know, it's a movie about love, birth, and death. It's super grand, but I decided to make the movie that way, that it has to be big. Maja is big, her feelings are big, and this subject of the film is super big. So this is a movie made for a big screen, not for television. It took me a lot of courage to do this because, of course, I'm not kind of free from the thought of wanting people to accept me or like me. Like we all have that. If you say that I don't care, you lie, probably. We all care of other people's opinions of us. The older you get, the less you care about that, but still you do. So I wanted to do a movie totally free from irony or sarcasm. I was not afraid. I was not doubting for a second. But it came to my mind when the movie was done and it premiered that do like artistic people, like film people in Finland, do they think I'm stupid? No. This is so no shields, so it's like a child's mind or heart. It's very not free from sarcasm and sincere and very open. It felt very important to me at this point of my life and my career also. And now it's done. And now I go towards something else.
Du ska inte vara rädd, Maja.
För vad då?
För något. Du ska inte vara rädd för något.